I don't hate this nigga. He a square ass
I hate
to
this
me, though.
I
don't hate him, though. I hate Jasmine Crockett and what's that bitch?
Oh, you gonna hate that nigga today.
That bald bitch.
Oh,
Joy Reid. I hate that.
I fuck him more than Harry.
This administration is making America weaker across the world and creating the space for people like China and Russia to step in while hurting everyday Americans. Captain Chaos and extreme MAGA Republicans spent last year promising to lower the high cost of living.
It's been 4
and
weeks.
running away from Project 2025 as if it didn't exist.
A few moments later.
Donald Trump's favorability rating is actually higher than it ever was the first time around. Let me ask you, a recent poll by Marquette looked at several of the things that he has done or says that he is going to do, and 63% favor federal government's recognition of only two sexes, 60% favor deporting immigrants who entered the United States illegally, 60% favor expanding oil and gas production, 59% favor declaring an emergency at the southern border. Is there anything you are seeing that Trump is doing that you are in favor of, that you think is the right thing?
Literally, he said, is bringing in more threat from China. The last administration brought China in and cleaned up for China, and this administration told China that they can't buy any more land in America. So everything he just said was a flat-out lie, and that's why I hate this nigga.
No, I see his argument. I see his argument.
What's the argument?
Because if he's charging the allies to making them pay more, they might end up, being partners with China. That's what he's trying to allude.
That's not a bad theory. Maybe that was his theory.
That's what he's trying to allude. Because Trump making them pay up, they feel like they're gonna get invaded or somebody else gonna pay up.
How's he making it weaker though? I mean, not that I know you know.
No, he just used weaker as a word. That was his whatever type of.
But we don't agree with him. But
that's literally what he feeling.
Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see if he. That's what he meant.
That's what I get from it. That's the only way
I
can
just
see.
can't trust a nigga named Hakeem. Like, it'll never be a nigga named Hakeem as a president, bro. It will never be a president named Hakeem.
Named Barack Obama. You think we
Barack Hussein Obama?
Hussein.
Yeah, that's just
that's
bad.
bad.
Just as
That's worse. That's worse.
Hakeem Jeffrey.
Jeffries? Hakeem? Hey, I vote for Hakeem Jeffries over Barack Hussein Obama if we going off strictly names.
Yeah, we going off names. Yeah,
that's a no-brainer.
Bro, you know how many people call Barack Obama in 6th grade, bro?
What did you say that boy's middle name was? Hussein. Hell no. Give me old Hakeem.
We want to get stuff done. We want to make life better for the American people. But I'm trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have?
He's sad.
Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government. What leverage do we have?
I don't want to hear my president say that.
The fearless opposition party, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. There's nothing we can do. Jeffries, God, the Democrats are so pathetic. They're so pathetic. Because if you don't agree with what the Trump administration is up to, if you don't identify as a Republican, if you didn't want to vote for Donald Trump, what other option do you have?
So this is not an administration that is committed to the safety of the American people. They continue to undermine it and flood the zone with chaos.
More broadly, we're in 4 weeks in this second Trump administration. What of all of that we've seen play out over these 4 weeks most concerns you?
Well, Donald Trump and Republicans consistently promised that they were going to lower the high cost of living.
It's been 4 weeks,
and they've done the exact opposite. They've shown no interest in lowering costs in the United States of America, which are too high. Housing costs are too high. Grocery costs are too high. Child care costs are too high. Utility costs.
He's a dumbass.
So it's been 4 weeks into the Trump administration, right? Houses too high. Groceries too high. Child care is too high.
That?
To be honest with you,
we just listened to the whole
But we've
4
been saying
years
for years
of Republicans and American people and everybody against the left saying that these things was too high, and them telling us it wasn't too high.
And
now Trump in 4 weeks in it's too high.
Wasn't they saying at the end the economy's actually doing really good?
Hey,
It's doing really
Well,
good.
to be honest with you,
I dislike this guy.
I got one fact. that
Democrats are such liars.
He said that housing is high. Well, housing was high because y'all brought an influx of people and was housing them that what made the demand of houses go up and the pricing go up for it too. So getting rid of the illegals is kind of one way to bring down the prices of housing if it was a demand for it.
But they don't want that.
Especially in minority communities. This is how I know God is real. Because I was literally about to go to a sleep doctor because I really struggled to sleep.
He was.
And then we actually just happened to,
Ran across Beam.
find out about Beam. And so I was okay, I'll try this first. And it has literally solved my problem. Like, I think the biggest keys here are what are the ingredients? We got the melatonin, the magnesium, and the theanine. All of those like combined, because I've heard of all these things separately, but when you combine them all, it's like you get in the bed and you feel like something's weighing you down. Like that's how you don't feel like moving. And then you wake up and
I remember you said that I felt like I sunk in the bed.
That's how I felt. Yeah, and it helps me relax my mind before I get to bed. So you can turn on some Cartier Family, lay down, hit the Beam, go to sleep. All right, guys. So what you want to do is go to beam.com and put in the discount code Cartier, and that's gonna get you 35% off. That's not no little discount. That is a big discount, y'all. Beam is really blessing. It's a company that has value similar to ours, and they really just want to help. So 35% off with the code Cartier.
Are too high. Childcare costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. States of America, which are too high. Housing costs are too high. Grocery costs are too high. Childcare costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. The cost of living is too high in the United States of America. This country is too expensive, but they've broken their promise. They have no interest in improving the quality of life of hardworking American taxpayers. Instead, what they're trying to do, while they distract the American people, is to jam the GOP tax scam down the throats of people all across this country, all in service of massive tax cuts for their billionaire donors and wealthy corporations. It's a toxic bait and switch that is underway, and we will continue to push back forcefully.
But Trump also gave tax cuts for the average American people and no tax on overtime and tips. So wasn't he trying to get rid of the IRS for us?
Bro, he just
he's actually looking. They're auditing the IRS.
Like, come on, what is he talking about?
Doge come for everybody.
To me, like I ain't gonna lie, he is as dumb as Jasmine, but less ghetto. Like he's that dumb.
Like, why the crazy part? Why nobody on the left talk about the fraud that is obviously in front of everybody's face? That like nobody want to say, well, we messed up this and this, so we're going to help the administration try to do better so we can actually have government efficiency.
It's the hour, Steve. The latest inflation data shows consumer prices rose more than anticipated last month, raising questions about the future direction of interest rates. You have charts on this. Take it away.
Yeah, Mika, we've been expecting inflation to continue to kind of moderate, ease down, provide more room for the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates and give relief, of course, to consumers as well from rising prices. But last month we didn't quite get that. It wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't what we hoped for. Consumer prices actually rose. And we look at consumer prices, as you know, two ways. One, all of them, and the other when you take out food and energy, what we call core, which is this blue line right here. And core is running now at about 3.3%. It's gone up for 4 months in a row. It is the highest it's been in over a year. And so the moderating trend that we'd seen for so long seems to have abated for now.
Americans want most. Meanwhile,
hold on, though.
There's no
2017.
There's no.
What is the lowest point?
It's COVID though, yeah, but
COVID shut down.
But
Everything
by
shut down.
2023, they should have been.
Is that not the end of Trump's term?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is.
I have something to say, y'all.
That is with that logic.
We are talking about the economy getting worse in January, and Trump got in on the 20th, and they're trying to blame Trump. He got in on the 20th.
Well,
who is in control?
It ain't been a month.
It hasn't been a month.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, these people are. Yeah, they're.
Look how much things have been done in this short amount of time.
Hey, to be honest with you, why they just can't let him do what he do and then let him mess up, then say something about it? Why they just gonna
they gotta
shit
say
on
something,
it?
but they gotta say views.
This is what it is, yo. It's a political blame game.
In over a year, and so the moderating trend that we'd seen for so long seems to have abated for now.
Americans want most. Meanwhile, Americans woke up this morning to bad news for their bank accounts. They woke up to a grim reality that Donald Trump is not going to keep his promise to lower costs.
Stupid?
They woke
These
up.
people are
Americans
scammers,
woke
bro.
up to an era of Trumpflation.
I want to smack
And
him.
unfortunately, this is only the beginning.
Shut up,
2015,
stupid.
somebody was
On Doge.
That's Barack.
We all agree, I've said it many times, that cutting waste in government and increasing
The U.S. added 143,000 jobs in January, fewer than economists expected, while the overall employment rate inched down to 4 points from 4% to 4.1%. The black unemployment rate rose to 6.2%. For black men, it jumped to 6.9%. Black women stayed at 5.4%. Morgan Harper, and I'm sure those black men who were just trumpeting Trump, wonder what they got to say now. Today's report reflects the whole month of January, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which also is a part of the Trump folks as well. I mean, I just love how they're trying to spin this by trying to blame it on Biden Harris. That to me was what I found to be hilarious. But again, you know, that's what they do. They will never ever actually accept blame. In fact, go to my iPod. This was Fox Business. Today's jobs report reveals the Biden economy was far worse than anyone thought, and underscores the necessity of President Trump's pro-growth policies.
Yeah, buddy. So that news source that you pulled up, I'm pretty sure their ratings are going up, buddy.
Hold on, go back. So
that's what's crazy about that. The American people that side with Fox News.
I got a question. When he say the unemployment of black people,
what does that have to do? I'm confused on what Trump has to do with that.
Within a couple of
I
days.
mean, maybe
because he's trying to use DEI as his.
But they're talking about the whole month of January, and Trump was only inaugurated on the 20th.
10 days.
So 10 days of January. Y'all
They know what they're doing.
What the?
Yeah, I really don't get
10 days.
10 days. The economy was supposed to be fixed. The job rate was supposed to be fixed.
That's
the
what
world
he's saying.
was supposed to be safer. In 10 days, he was supposed to correct the heaven and the earth.
But Joe had 4 years.
And but with the support of the president, we can cut the budget deficit in half from $2 trillion to $1 trillion, and then with deregulation, because there's a lot of sort of regulations that don't ultimately serve the public good. We need to free the builders of America to build, and if we do that, that means I think we can get the economic growth to be maybe 3-4%, maybe 5%, and that means if you can get $1 trillion of economic growth, and you can cut the budget deficit by $1 trillion. Between now and next year, there is no inflation. There's no inflation in 26. And if the government is not borrowing as much, it means that interest costs decline. So everyone's, the mortgage, their car payment, their credit card bills, anything, their student debt, the monthly payments drop. That's a fantastic scenario for the average American. I mean, imagine they're going down the grocery aisle and the prices from one year to the next are the same, and their mortgage, all their debt payments dropped. How great is that for the average American?
We had no idea we were going to find this much.
We all finna have low payments, and let's just hope for it. I think it's possible, guys, because I mean, all the fraud that we seeing,
fries.
I mean, that's what I meant, fraud.
You're
all
hungry.
the fraud we seeing. I mean, that directly affects us. So I mean, there it is. I mean, there it is. I mean, it's there. It's right in everybody's face.
Good and simple.
I just wonder, like, if we got out of a pandemic, like, why was they just overly spending bread? Like, I'm just really like what's logical? Like, I see you trying to build.
I don't see what logical. There was no logic. It was emotional. They're trying to push LGBTQ on every country in the world.
They could have just actually built actual, like, when you see all the money they use, like, they could have actually built a better America. Like, they could have had so much more stuff in different countries. In our own country.
And that's the party that's always complaining about America and talking about how much they don't like it. So, I mean, it's not surprising that they didn't really want to help it. Because they think we on stolen land.
Yeah, this is crazy. Regular Americans being homeless. They got illegals treated better than them. It's just, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, and to me, it just goes to the states, man. Like, if your state not run to the Democrat cities that have been, they're being left the most, and that's just what it is. Their policies aren't liked by majority of people, so there it is right there. I mean, I feel like that proves it all.
Well, we really saw a state really change their state flag to a whole nother country's flag. That still
but what
is
they
crazy.
got to do with the economy? I'm just talking about the economy, though. Their economy just ain't good at all. If they don't focus on that. But the guy from Virginia doing his thing,
Wait.
though.
I think actually theirs was good.
Well, who?
Minnesota's.
Yeah.
No, Minnesota's is pretty good. That's what I said. With the
So we
flag,
can't
that's why I told
play
him don't.
on
Yeah,
that economy.
that's what I'm saying. Though, the flag ain't got nothing to do with that. That's just liberalism. Most, it is a lot of cities.
Yeah, think about
that are
LA,
left.
New York.
That are left. Like LA has a lot of money there.
But not that for the average. That's like the opposite of the argument. They always talking about the elites and stuff. That's where the rich people in LA, like the regular folks in LA and Oakland, as them how it's going.
Yeah, the haves and the have-nots.
See, like Minnesota and LA, they got good economy. Well,
They do not have a good economy.
Well,
they do not have a good economy.
Who? Minnesota doesn't or LA?
LA.
They probably do.
Pretty rough
bro.
out there.
They probably got.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, what's the most moved?
I'd say the big corporations probably got.
They tax the most. Everything costs a lot.
They're also spending
for an
$9
average
billion.
person.
No,
For an average person to live in LA,
can't. That's why everybody's moving.
Like if we four wanted to go move to LA and do this, we would be in Section 8.
See, but the argument is
that's fair. That's true.
The argument is
I'll just
that
be real.
left cities have more money than right cities, which is technically true.
Well, they taking
Because
it
there's
from
more
there,
people in both of those cities too.
and they taking more money from
And
their
okay,
citizens.
that's fine. Why are people are leaving at the highest rates, and
Yeah,
y'all have the
that's what I'm
highest
saying.
crime
So which
rates,
one- which
and y'all
one
have the
was-
highest fentanyl death rates, and y'all have the highest abortion rates.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, though. There's like them being left the most. Does that just cancel out that argument
What
of
argument?
them having the most money?
What? How do they have the most money?
They're spending the most money.
LA is one of the biggest cities.
I know, but like,
They do have the most money, bro, because they had the most
No,
with the
left,
donors.
yeah,
With
they
the
do.
donors, we seen it. They had the most
like
money.
Seattle and stuff like that, super left. They have like that's one of the richest cities.
Yeah.
So, but that's
But
one
we
of the
know the left
arguments.
got money.
Yeah, but that's one of their arguments. I've seen that on Twitter go super viral. Every Democrat retweeted that.
No, I seen them retweeting the education thing too, but they can't. I don't think you can argue with the fentanyl deaths and the crime. Oakland.
all got different
Remember we saw the
arguments.
Whataburger or what was it?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out, yeah.
They said they had a crime 300 days a year. I ain't gonna lie. You go to the
I
worst
thought it was
hood,
more than it's
you
like
go-
350.
Something. You go to the worst hood of Houston, you're not gonna see that anywhere. I think
Yeah.
300 days a year, not 300 days, bro. Maybe I don't know, bro.
Donald Trump's favorability rating is actually higher than it ever was the first time around. Let me ask you, a recent poll by Marquette looked at several of the things that he has done or says that he is going to do, and 63% favor federal government's recognition of only two sexes. 60% favor deporting immigrants who entered the United States illegally. 60% favor expanding oil and gas production. 59% favor declaring an emergency at the southern border. Is there anything you are seeing that Trump is doing that you are in favor of, that you think is the right thing?
Let me say, as it relates to all of those issues, we're just at the beginning. And the core promise
New York.
that
So
Donald
now
Trump
we're just
made
at
is
the
that he's going to lower costs for everyday Americans. In fact, we were told that grocery prices would go down on day one, on January 20th. Costs aren't lower. In fact, costs are increasing. The price of eggs is skyrocketing out of control. Inflation is on the way up. That was the core promise that's been broken. With respect to immigration, listen, we have to secure the border. We have a broken immigration system, and we need to fix it in a comprehensive and bipartisan way. At the same period of time, as Democrats, we're going to protect dreamers, protect farm workers, and protect families who help our communities across the country thrive.
Y'all slay.
So
Yeah, but the farm workers turned on y'all. But y'all suck, man.
Trump already said he has
Who's gonna pick our
worker
crops?
program that he's in favor of for the people
who's
that
gonna
work.
pick our crop?
Hey man, I don't like this guy, man.
Y'all,
Who's gonna tend to the cotton gin?
I just don't
He
like
top
the narrative he's trying to push.
Okay, now
I think it's all nonsense.
He might be top 10. You top 10 on my list.
So you talking about people in the government or all like media people too?
Media people too.
Oh no, he's not in my top 5.
Yeah, he's not even
he's
top
not
five.
top 10.
Joy
That's a
Reid,
top 10.
all the View.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
You know,
I
really
top 20. I give him top 20 probably.
I can tell you who I don't like on the View.
What's his name? The dude Vivek got on him. What's his name?
Don Lemon.
Nah, well,
I hate him more than Don Lemon.
Nah, but the
Don
one
Lemon's
sounds
worse
gay,
than him.
who's bald, who like Tiki Barber. What's his name? Bro, we know him, bro. We see him all the time. Ben Jones, bro. I don't like Ben Jones.
But he funny.
Okay, I mess with Ben Jones. Seems like he's trolling to
I like
me.
him more than Ben Jones, bro. I don't like him, bro.
Nah, I don't know. But he seems like he's serious though. That's
But Ben
what's
Jones
so
cried on damn TV, bro.
He's playing. I feel like he's playing, bro. Ben Jones.
That's how bad it is. Y'all think Ben Jones just playing nigga dead ass?
Nah, I don't think he did.
He said, I asked my son who's the most influential person. I thought he was going to say Barack Obama. He said Aiden Ross, Kai Sid. Like, you think kids care about Barack
like a square
Obama?
nigga, bro.
He be joking, bro.
He was dead ass.
I think he be joking.
He was dead ass.
It is, bro. When you cry on TV, bro,
It's just like this nigga, like
Nah,
so when
bro.
you cry on TV,
Nah,
now,
bro.
I don't
But
like
this
you
nigga
now.
seems like he's
Nah,
serious,
bro.
bro.
No, he just
That's what
seems
makes me
like
more
slow
mad,
to me
bro.
or
That's
something.
what
I don't
Jasmine
know.
make me more mad because she seems serious. AOC makes me mad when you seem serious. Joy Reid serious. Sonny serious.
No, Joy Reid is the worst one to me.
Joy
Reid is like Cersei from Game of Thrones.
It seems like they just like they sassy and they trolling, bro. I don't know, but yeah, I don't like this guy, man. But let's know what y'all think, guys.